What is good, YouTube, and welcome back to a brand new video. Today we have yet another realistic rebuild, as today we're talking about the 4th seeded Phoenix Suns. Yes, that seems weird to say. It comes off the tongue a little weird because the Suns, as we all know, have usually been kind of a terrible team in the Western Conference. They did have that one year with the 3-point guards that they did something kind of interesting here and there, but they haven't been to the playoffs in quite some time. I'm not really sure when the last time was, but with the addition of Chris Paul from this previous offseason, the team has looked amazing. 20-11 right now, and I have a feeling this Suns team could, maybe make it a second round appearance, maybe surprise some people in the NBA playoffs. We'll have to kind of see how things go, and obviously if everybody can stay healthy, that would be ideal as well. But before we get into this, make sure you guys smash that like button, subscribe if you haven't already. 60% of you watch this video aren't even subbed, man, so hit that subscribe button. But other than that, let's rebuild the Phoenix Suns as realistically as possible, and let's try to get this team a ring, man. Let's try to get CP3 a ring by the end of this one. Suns already have a lot of solid players, obviously, but the thing I want to do is just push this team towards a championship by the end of this. This is kind of obviously the goal when you go into rebuilds. You try to win championships. Obviously, that's kind of the thing you like to do. But when we make ourselves try to do it realistically, it's a little bit more of a challenge. I try to my best. It's not always like it's not always perfect. Sometimes I make mistakes, and some people don't agree with what I do. But regardless, this first season, I'm not going to do anything. I kind of just want to see how this thing will go without me touching the team. So we have Chris Paul, Devin Booker, Mikal Bridges, Jay Crowder, Aiden, Frank Kaminsky, Cameron Johnson, Darius Saric, Etuan Moore, Langston Galloway. So I kind of just want to see how things will go without me doing anything, like I said. So does 2K think the Phoenix Suns are legit as they are in real life? That's kind of what I'm curious about, and I'm kind of very curious to see how this is going to go. So proficiency is 3.5 at balance. So you have Chris Paul, DeAndre, and Devin Booker all playing together right now. We're going to simulate this full season, this very first season, and let's see what 2K thinks about the Phoenix Suns, and then we'll make our adjustments from there in the offseason. And I think Chris Paul, I got to check something real quick. He has another player option, right? After this year, he can come back, which I assume at 36 years old, you're going to accept that player option because you're not getting $44 million from anyone else. So I expect Chris Paul to be back yet another season, and then we'll have to see we can re-sign him or if he retires or whatever may happen. So let's simulate this season and let's see how it goes in season number 1. We finish up as a 7th seed in the West, so at least we're a playoff team. That's kind of what I wanted to see at the very least out of 2K and the Phoenix Suns. We're at least a playoff team. We're not a top 4 seed or anything, and who knows if the Suns will finish like that in real life. Maybe something happens. Not saying I'm wishing the worst on them by any means, but we are the playoff team, 43-39. Looking at the player stats, we had 28 from Devin Booker, who just got named as a replacement all-star for Anthony Davis. Congrats to him because he did get snubbed at first. But Chris Paul with 17 and 8, also another all-star this season. DeAndre Ayton with 16 points. Frank Kaminsky with 10.5. Cam Johnson with 9. Sarge with 8.7. Mikal Bridges with 8. So Mikal Bridges is averaging like 14 in real life for this team. So, but regardless, we are playing the New Orleans Pelicans, who, when you look at the roster, they got Lonzo Ball still, Bledsoe, Ingram, Zion, Jackson Hayes, Steven Adams, Nick Alexander Walker, Josh Hart. So this is going to be an intimidating team to face, but we're going to see how it goes. So I'm going to go ahead and fix the rotation for the playoffs because I think this team could maybe do some damage here. I think we might be able to upset this team here, but you just never know as they are up. Okay, so we went to 7 games with them, but we did end up losing, which is fine. So at least we got Devin Booker to the playoffs, man. That is one thing you should definitely be excited about. You got D-Book to the playoffs. Obviously, Chris Paul needs a ring before he retires, man. We all know this man is like one of the best point guards to play the game. So hopefully we can get him a ring before the end of this video because like I said, he deserves one. So KD and the Brooklyn Nets won the championship over LeBron and the Lakers. And you know what? That possibly could be our NBA Finals at the end of the season. You never know. So let's go straight to league meetings. And we're going to reject all that. For the draft lottery, we're going to see what we got going on here. So we're obviously not going to have a lottery pick here, but we are going to have a higher pick with the 18th pick. So it's like a middle of the pack pick. So we're definitely take that. We're going to keep the coaching staff the same. I'm going to keep it. I'm going to trust in it. I'm going to keep Monty Williams, of course, who is coaching a very great team in real life right now. So let's go to the NBA draft. So with the 18th pick, we might be able to acquire somebody here. As we all know, Phoenix has not been the best with their draft picks, so hopefully we can change that today with them. So we got Jalen Smith here, Javon Carter, Darius Saric, Jay Crowder, and Devin Booker. So there's no one I really want to trade on draft night, so we're just going to go in here and select somebody with that 18th pick, and maybe we get get lucky here and get somebody that can help us out. So Cam Thomas being here, I know he can actually be really good straight out of the draft. So he could back up Devin Booker or... how tall is he? 6'4". Okay. So yeah, we'll grab Cam Thomas here because I know he actually has a lot of trade value. So worst case scenario, we don't really need him and we want to make a stronger run. We could have drafted Scotty Barnes as well, who's 6'8". That's my bad, but it's all good. So rookie signing, we're gonna sign Cam Thomas. Player options, Chris Paul accepts, like, obviously I feel like that's something that's gonna happen in real life. I would imagine he would love to have that 44 million, unless if he just really wants to go to a different team to like just secure more of a chance of winning a championship, which I would respect that as well. But qualifying offers, we got none. And then for free agency, we got Langston Galloway as a free agent. We have Abel Nader, and we have Etwan Moore. Nobody that important that I'm gonna die over if we lose them, obviously. So looking at free agency, we have a mid-level. We do have a mid-level, so we could sign like DeMarcus Cousins or something interesting like that, Doug McDermott, Reggie Jackson, or T.J. McConnell. But when we look at our roster as a whole, we have Chris Paul at the point guard still. We got Devin Booker, and we just drafted Cameron Thomas. And we got Mikal Bridges, who I do love on this team. We have Cameron Johnson, Jay Crowder, and DeAndre Ayton, Dario Saric. Honestly, I kind of love what we have at every position. I don't hate it by any means. This team is constructed decently well. But if I did want to make some upgrades, it might be at this power forward spot, because I like Mikal Bridges. I think he's the perfect 3-and-D wing here that I want to play at the small forward. But Jay Crowder is nice. I do like him. But eventually, he's just not going to do what we need him to do. So I think like a Cameron Johnson, Jay Crowder, we got Sarge that we can maybe throw in a trade. So I think finding a power forward here would be like a lot of fun. Would be like very, very fun to do right now. So I'm kind of thinking Detroit Pistons maybe right now. That's the first power forward that came to my mind, was like Jeremy Grant comes over here and helps us out. But if not, we can keep looking. So Jeremy Grant would be an interesting power forward to go grab for us. We could maybe get the money to work, and we do have the assets to throw to Detroit's way, where they could get a young player or something like that out of Jeremy Grant, who's had a great season for them, even if it's on a bad team. So that's my first initial thought, is Jeremy Grant. That would be a lot of fun. There's the Aaron Gordon thing that's always been talked about, but the Orlando Magic never seem to trade him, so that's definitely an option. Kyle Kuzma, Julius Randle, who's been amazing for the New York Knicks. I'm not sure the Knicks would trade him, though, just because of how good he's been for them, and he's an all-star this year, rightfully so. And other than that, you got Jaren Jackson. So nothing I really see that I'm in love with. You got Kevin Love from Cleveland, who might get the money to work there if we wanted more of a win-now type of guy. So there's definitely some options. There's Tobias Harris as well. So I really want to upgrade that power forward spot. That's kind of what I'm getting at. So Draymond Green from the Thunder, but I'm not doing that. So we need a power forward. So Siakam, if Toronto wanted to get interesting and trade him, I would love to do that. But I think Jeremy Grant, I really do think that would be a nice addition for Phoenix if we can make this, work somehow. So let's say I threw Dario Saric their way, who's 27 years old, obviously not a huge piece for the Detroit Pistons and their rebuilding future, because he's 27 already. So that's not going to help them move the needle and be like, oh my gosh, yes, we're doing this trade. So what else do I have to throw their way? We have a 25-year-old Cameron Johnson. We have an 18-year-old Cam Thomas, who we just drafted, but I would like to keep him if possible here. Maybe we throw them Jalen Smith, who is a center, and honestly, I don't know if he'll ever get minutes for us, because we have DeAndre Ayton there, who I imagine we'll be keeping around. So we have about a little bit more money that we could throw. So I think Jay Crowder, maybe not Jay Crowder. What if I threw Javon Carter in this instead? Okay, so let's say we gave up Dario Saric, Jalen Smith, Javon Carter, and let's say like a future protected, or a protected first, or something like that. I can't protect it for some reason, but let's say we do something like this, where the Sun or the Pistons at least get a first-round pick for Jeremy Grant and a young player. I feel like that's a little bit fair. They also get Javon Carter, who in his own right could maybe do something, and they got Dario Saric. So let's say they do this trade and they do agree. So just like that, we get an upgrade at the power forward spot. We have Devin Booker, Cameron Thomas still, Mikal Bridges, Jeremy Grant, Cameron Johnson, and we keep Jay Crowder around, which what we'll be doing with Mr. Jay Crowder or Cameron Johnson, we'll move one of them to the 3. Crowder, I'll probably move Cameron Johnson to 3. So boom, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we probably could use a backup big, and we still have that mid-level to use. So, maybe we get interesting and sign DeMarcus Cousins to come off our bench or something, and just, even more strengthen our chances of winning a championship maybe this next season. Because like I said, we don't want to waste any time. We want to get CP3 a ring. So let me know what you guys thought of that Jeremy Grant trade. Did I give up too much? Did I give up too little? Do you think Detroit would even consider trading him? I honestly think there's a world where Detroit would keep Jeremy Grant, and I also think there's a world where they're going to trade him for assets. I feel like it could go either way. Who knows what Detroit's going to do this next coming offseason, or even the trade deadline, or whatever it may be. But I'm going to go ahead and still wait this second season. We're going to see how things go, and hopefully we're better than we were last year, and we're a top seed in the West. fighting for a championship this time around. Season number 2, Luka Doncic does finish up as your most valuable player. Cade Cunningham, Rookie of the Year on the Oklahoma City Thunder. Derrick Rose, 6-man on the Charlotte Hornets, it looks like. Jonathan Isaac, Defensive Player. Onyeka Okongwu, Most Improved on the Atlanta Hawks. And then Stan Van, Coach of the Year and Cody Toole, Executive. So, I'll be a first team. Do we get a Devin Booker appearance? Not yet, and we do not in general. So, Ben Simmons, Ja Morant, KD, Kawhi, Joel Embiid, though. We got Simmons, Thibault, Isaac, Kawhi, Bam Adebayo, George. So we did have a rookie, but I don't know if he's going to make this team. He does not. So I don't think he had like a significant, too much of a significant role, but we did go 52-30. So we did have a really good season. We're the second seed in the Western Conference, 29 points from Devin Booker. We had 19 from Aiden, 19 from Chris Paul, and 12 from Marcus Cousins, and 12 from Jeremy Grant. So, you know, I would love to see Jeremy Grant shoot even more. I think it's because his shot tendency is down in 2K, but it is what it is. 12 points is still solid. And Cousins came off the bench with 12 and 6 as well. So happy with that. And then Cam Thomas with 8, Cameron Johnson with 8, Mikal with 6.8, and Jay Crowder with 6. So, you know what? We're going to have to kind of see how we perform in these playoffs, and I'm hoping we get a good performance here out of my Phoenix Suns. So we have Steph, Clay, Wiggins, Pascal, Wiseman, Al Horford to deal with. So this could be a tough series. So simulating game 1, we do end up winning game 1, so that's a very good start, as we had 28-12 from DeAndre Ayton, 21-10 from Mr. Devin Booker. So I guess Devin Booker did his best Chris Paul impression and dish out 10 assists in the game. Game 2 does go to the Golden State Warriors as they win game 2 with behind Eric Pascal's 22. Stephen Curry had a subpar game and we still lost. That's not good. Game 3 goes to them. So I do not want to go down 3-1 to the Golden State Warriors here. So we're going to go to Simcast here and kind of hope we can turn things around, because we don't want to go down 3-1. That is not a good territory to be in, and we are going to go down 3-1 anyway as we lose 122-131. So I guess what we're doing right now is just simply not good enough. So let's go ahead and see if I can make something else happen and maybe make that 3-1 comeback. And no, so we're going to lose in the first round, 128-116, 36, 25-11. So we lose in the first round despite having a really good regular season. So this is where the offseason is going to get very, very interesting, man. What are we going to do now? So Denver goes on to win the championship over the Chicago Bulls. So first step, player retirements. Does Chris Paul retire on the Phoenix Suns? If not, I think I'm going to resign him. I think that's probably the best thing to do, I imagine. So Chris Paul, hopefully he decides to come back. We'll have to see how much money he's going to be asking for. But going to the draft lottery, we don't have a lottery pick here, so that is going to be all right. Staff signing, Monty Williams. I mean, we just got bounced out in the first round, and I really hate to do this. But do I fire Monty Williams after a performance like that? I'm not saying it's his fault. It's 1,000% 2Ks. And I like Monty Williams, but we did just lose in the first round after being the second seed. But what are my options out here? Who would be better? Like Billy Donovan, I understand his ratings are better. Maybe, just maybe, we just upgrade the assistant coaches. I will give Monty Williams the benefit of the doubt because I do like him a lot in real life. And I will just hire better assistant coaches. So let me just do that instead before I go, you know, firing my coach, you know, and all that. So, all right. So we got a new coaching staff. Straight to the NBA draft we go now. And then what do we got here? So with the 28th pick in the second round, that's not going to do anything for us. So I'll go straight to player options. Cameron Johnson, welcome back. Qualifying items, Mikal, DeAndre Ayton. So we have some money to throw out this offseason. Wow. I did not realize how many free agents we have. So Chris Paul, Mikal, and DeAndre Ayton, who are arguably really, really important, like our 3 really, really important players. So DeAndre Ayton wants a max contract, obviously. I feel like that's probably something he will be getting. Mikal Bridges wants a max. Okay, Mikal, we can kind of chill out on that one. I don't know if you're going to get a max contract like that in real life. I don't think anybody's giving you that. I'm not going to do that. So Chris Paul, I'm going to give him a 2-year deal. I think he deserves it. So DeAndre Ayton gets an offer, and we're going to be matching that 1,000%. So we're going to sign DeAndre Ayton to a deal and bring back Chris Paul in hopes that, you know, maybe we could just have a better season this next time around with a better coaching staff, I guess. That's kind of going to be our thing. So Mikal, $28 million is just way too much, I think, for a player of his caliber. So can't do it. So we have Cam Thomas, Devin Booker, Cameron Johnson still, Jeremy Grant, Jay Crowder, DeAndre Ayton, and Marcus Cousins. So I do like our roster at the end of the day. If I did want to get crazy here, and let's say I threw Jeremy Grant and Cameron Thomas out there, I'm just curious what our offers are, obviously. I got to be realistic at the end of the day, and Christian Wood was our best offer, but what I think I kind of want to do is I think I just kind of want to boost his shot tendency up. I think that's kind of going to be the thing that would help us out. So honestly, we just need Mikal Bridges back. Other than that, I really like our roster. I don't want to give Mikel the contract that he's asking for. So if he wants to come back on his qualifying offer, that would be awesome, because you're not getting 28 million from me, and I don't think you're getting 28 million from anybody. So please just come back in your qualifying offer, and he does. That's a W. So we got Mikal Bridges back. Chris Paul stays in 86. DeAndre in 89. Jeremy Grant in 84. So I think what I'm going to do with Jeremy Grant is I'm going to boost his shot tendency up, and Cameron Johnson's going to get a little bit of a boost, and hopefully he can be good for us this next season as well. But I do like our roster. Like I said, we just had a really good regular season and unfortunately had a fluke playoff run. So hopefully something like that doesn't happen again. So what I want to do is I want to boost Jeremy Grant's shot tendency up. That way he's a little bit more helpful. I think he can shoot it efficiently here. So what I want to do is his shot tendency. So Devin Booker's at 91. DeAndre in 75. Jeremy Grant's and Chris Paul's at 70. So I kind of think I could get Jeremy Grant more shots than, let's say, let's get it to like a 74. I feel like that's fair. So yeah, 50 is just a big cap. I think Jeremy Grant should be taking more shots than that, because he's shown that in Detroit that he can do it. So I'm going to throw untapped potential Mikal Bridges. I'm going to throw this other one at Cameron Thomas, and I'm going to throw this last one at Mr. Cam Johnson, who are our 3 young players we still have left on the roster. Okay, looking at it now, we got Chris Paul, Devin Booker, Mikal, Jeremy Grant, DeAndre Ayton, Cam Thomas, Cameron Johnson, Jay Crowder, and Boogie Cousins. So this is it, man. I'm going to say this should be the final season. I feel like we have the roster to get something done. Just had a really good regular season. Chris Paul's not getting any younger, so hopefully this season we can do it and win this championship. At the end of the 3rd and hopefully final season, Monty Williams, Coach of the Year. This is what we needed. This is exactly what we needed, and I'm hoping we make it far in the playoffs. That's what my hope is, and hopefully we go on to win this championship. So Chris Paul makes an offensive second team at the age of 37. You love to see it. Looking at the player stats, we had 27 from Devin Booker, of course, 19 from DeAndre Ayton, and Jeremy Grant shot a lot more and got 18, so like that. Cam Thomas had 16 off the bench, so that is a star in the making here for Phoenix. We had 17 from Chris Paul, we had 8 from Cousins, 6 from Cameron Johnson, and 5.7 from Mikal. Honestly, I feel like I probably should have boosted his shot tendency up a little bit more as well, because he's having a really good season for Phoenix, and it's going under the radar here in 2K right now. So Fox, Paul George in Sacramento, that just sounds weird. I get Paul George from California and all, but I don't think that would ever happen. But you got a backcourt of De'Aaron Fox, Paul George. I feel like this is something I've never seen before. I've never seen Paul George go to the Sacramento Kings, which is just really odd. But they have a pretty nice squad here. I'm not gonna lie. There's a lot of good players here. So hopefully we don't lose to an 8th seed, but we are up 1-0 to start things off. So that's a good start. Devin Booker with 32. Game 2 goes to us. Game 3 goes to us, and we don't gentlemen sweep. Yes, okay, so we gentlemen sweep this Sacramento Kings, who had a pretty tough roster. Now we're either going to play Memphis or Denver, and Memphis goes on as Denver just won the championship last season, so I think I'm feeling a little bit better about playing Memphis, but Memphis is usually pretty good at this point. So we got Ja Morant, Jalen Green, Jaden Springer, Clark, Nurkic, Thomas Bryant, Enes Kanter, Norman Powell, and Xavier Tillman. Looks like Nurkic and Kanter can never get away from playing with each other, because they play with each other on the Blazers, obviously. They've played with each other twice in the Blazers, and now they're playing together in Memphis. Okay. So Sim winning game 1, we're up 1-0, so that's a really good start. 2-0, 2-1, 3-1, and gentlemen sweep again. Yes, we're on to the Western Conference Finals, as we're going to be playing the New Orleans Pelicans, which was a team we went to 7 with the very first season. So we got Kira Lewis, Allen Flanagan, Brandon Ingram, Zion, Jackson Hayes, and Jaren Jackson. So the Pelicans got Jaren Jackson. Wow, that is a huge addition. So you could honestly do something like this. You could probably play Ingram. You could probably bench Allen Flanagan, whoever that might be. He might be a beast. No disrespect to him. We could throw Ingram at the 2, Zion at the 3, and then Jackson at the 4. Or you can even start Jackson at the 5 and have the rotation you have out there right now. That'd probably be better. I don't know, man. I feel like this would be a really nice squad if the Pelicans acquired Jaren Jackson, a healthy one at that. But similar in game 1, we're up 1-0, so that's a good start. 2-0, 3-0, and do we sweep them? Nope, 3-1. Are we gentlemen sweeping again? Nope, 3-2. We're going to a game 7. Let's not do this. Let's not do this. Well, we were up 3-0. There's no way this happens, bro. Come on. 2K, you're bugging, bro. Come on. No shot this actually happens. Come on. All right, let me slow it down because I'm getting scared out of my mind here. So, no, we're not coming back. Is that what's happening here? We're blowing a 3-0 lead. Is that what we're going to do here? Don't tell me that's actually what we're doing. No shot. We were 1 game away from the finals, bro. Literally one game away, and you're telling me we're gonna blow a 3-0 lead to the Pelicans? This game is so stupid. 23-9. Oh my gosh, man. No way that happens. No shot. No way, bro. That's so annoying. I cannot believe. You know what? It's like it never happened, right? It's like it never happened. It's like it never happened. Yeah, it never happened, guys. Never happened, all right? We went on to win the championship. Remember that. Remember that. We didn't blow that 3-0 lead. We didn't do it. We didn't do it. Bro. Okay, I get it. We were about to blow a 3-0 lead. I know, man. But come on, bro. Like, why are we doing that, 2K? Whatever. I don't know, man. I don't know. I kind of just... Whatever. Anyways, I don't even know what to say right now. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I mean, Phoenix, like I said, is going to be a very, very fun team to watch in the playoffs. I'm really looking forward to whatever team they get matched up with. Right now, if the season ended today, the Blazers and the Suns would be playing in the playoffs, which I feel like would be so much fun. I feel like that series would be, even though the Suns blew us out the other night, obviously we didn't have McCollum or Nurkic, but I feel like that series would be like back and forth, like game 7 type vibes. I feel like that'd be a lot of fun. But I'm gonna go now. I've talked enough. This is Crushables. Hope you guys enjoyed. I'm saying peace.